your horror movie podcast.
All right, let's do this.
Welcome back, Hack Stab Slash. This week, I gave Justin some criteria, and I said, Justin, I'm going to keep it
Super solid start.
Yep.
Great start.
Well, that's exactly how I said it to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That translated to pick a Netflix movie from 2025 and like try to keep it recent. I wanted to see something that I know neither one of us had seen before.
Yep.
And you picked Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Let's go.
Did you know anything about this movie?
No. So quick story is I went into this almost 100% blind. I saw that the name of it was Until Dawn. I didn't even know this was a video game movie. And
yeah, Justin, right now you're trying to survive the dark. And
I was going to say, now this is my life. If anyone's watching on YouTube, I'm a complete mess. This podcast is going incredible. But I watched the trailer just to make sure it was a horror movie. And I turned it off after 30 seconds because I saw someone get killed. So I said, okay, cool. It's a horror movie. Let's just go into this. So all I know is like 30 seconds of the trailer going into this.
I went in 1000% blind too. And you'd think I would know better because I own this game.
Right.
You know what I mean? This came out back in like 2015.
Okay.
And I went through all the shelves and stuff, and I have stuff for this game. I just never played it, so I completely forgot about it. And Kristen was actually like, hey, do you want to watch that new horror movie? So I had no idea this was video game related either.
Yep.
Until we got into the movie, and then I was like, oh my God, this seems so familiar. What is this? And then at the end of it, I like we talked about it and stuff, and I had told you that this was going to be the second video game movie that we'd ever covered, and you weren't too pleased about that.
Yeah, at that point, I was like, oh boy, what have I done? What have I picked?
Let's see if this makes a difference, though, Hack Stab Slash. We're going to dive right into this. We meet Melanie. She has final girl mentality written all over her right from the jump. She's clawing her way out of literal earth, kicking and screaming. Well, like just booting these creatures in the face in the dark. I love this action right off the rip. It's almost as good as a cold kill. She makes it to the surface, and we see this dope-ass looking slasher type villain guy, and all Mel can muster up with the words, no, please, no, I can't die again. I go, wait, hold up for a second. We both are going into this movie 100% blind. Did she just say again? Like, as in she's died more than once?
I thought that was weird, too, because obviously, like I said, awesome banger of a start of this movie. And then I was like, wait, did she just say she can't die again? I'm like, that's kind of weird.
And the first thing that popped into my head is I was like, yo, is this going to be like a Fritz the Clown type thing? Remember in This Is Fun, he was like, I like to kill my victims multiple times. Like, I like to kill them and then resuscitate them.
And bring them back and then kill them again.
And I was like, is he doing this? I was like, I am so ready for this. And then we see it's road trip time. Let's meet this gang, shall we? We meet Max, the friend-zoned gush. Megan, the resident sidekick. Clover, the grieving sister. Nina, the wild child best friend. And Abe, Nina's current flavor of the month boy toy. This group is heading out to kind of retrace Melanie's last steps of where she's been and everything. To set the context real quick, Melanie and Clover's mom died, and Melanie needed to go out and do some soul searching. And in this process, Clover decided to stay behind, and these sisters went like opposite ways for a little bit, and Melanie's been missing ever since. And this friend group is pretty solid, and they're actually out on this excursion with Clover to try and give her some closure. They do show up to Hartley's. It's a gas and convenience store. They play Mel's last video to Clover, and Max is getting very eerie vibes that they're actually in this spot watching this video exactly where she stood almost a year later to the date. Megan does get the group to hold hands and try to like pick up on some residual energy Melanie may have left behind. Everyone shows up, like they're holding hands. They're really starting to buy into this. They're breathing. They're trying to help Megan focus. And bro, we get a jump scare by an RV just trying to leave the parking lot. These kids have the nerve to yell at the RV like this man was in the wrong.
Dude, they're in like a prayer circle in the middle of the street. Like, what are you doing?
I go, I'm sorry. What was he supposed to just do? Drive around 5 nincompoops standing in the middle of a parking lot holding hands? I think not, Sally. Clover does just say fuck this, and she goes into the store and she's getting a cup of Joe. She does end up having a conversation with the cashier Clearly, she has zero idea what a red flag is because she's currently engaging with Satan himself. FYI, Peter Stormare played one of the best portrayals of Satan I have ever seen in my life in the 2005 masterpiece, Constantine.
Interesting.
Have you seen Constantine?
No, I don't know anything about it, so I got no comment.
It is a wild movie.
Okay.
Definitely worth a watch. I don't think maybe we'll cover it on this
Yep.
at some point, but it's definitely one of those you just want to sit down and enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
He starts telling her of a place called Glore Valley. I'm disappointed right now, Justin,
Why?
because the first time I watched this, when I didn't take notes, I didn't pay attention to what the actual name was. Bro, I thought they were calling it Gore Valley.
What I did too. Wait, what is it called?
Glore.
Oh my God, I
L.
thought it was gore too.
See, that's what I'm saying. The first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, dude, that's such a dope. Like, I would live there."
Oh man, I'm disappointed right now, right here live recording this. I thought the whole time I thought it was gore. I really did.
That would have been such a better name,
Right?
and
So
a giant
fan-
red flag that they all ignored.
Exactly. Oh man, that changes everything.
So this group decides they're gonna head out in search of it. They end up in the Storm of the Century. Great movie. Maybe I'll make Justin cover it sometime. Have you ever seen it?
I did way back in the day. That was like it was like
Yeah, you can do the
miniseries parts or
first 3
something.
hours, and I can do the back 3 hours.
Yeah,
Or
let's
maybe
not
we
cover
can
that.
rotate hours.
My dad liked that when that came out a million. So I remember I watched that with my dad like 1,000 years ago.
I will never hear "I'm a little teapot." Short.
No, for real.
I never hear
It
it the
creeped me
same
out,
again.
man. I saw that very young. That really scared me.
They hit an absolute weather anomaly, though, and they end up in front of a house where there's zero cell signal. And it's very, like, kind of weird because this storm is everywhere around the property. It's the house is completely dry, and we see this is actually a welcome center for Glory Valley. Megan goes in, she hits the restroom. Nina decides to snoop around as well. Abe, bro, this dude is recording everything on his cell phone. I'm like, all right, this makes sense. It's creepy as shit. Why not record everything in case something strange happens?
Yep.
Clover does go outside and she's staring into the weather until she thinks she sees someone like in the storm. So she takes off looking and Max follows her. We go back and we see Abe uncovering about 10,000 missing posters off this Welcome Center's wall. And the last one he grabs is Melanie's.
Yep.
Nina does. She thinks it's like cute. She's just trying to fit in. You know, she's I don't know exactly what's going through her head, but she decides to sign in on this guest book. Bad idea, bro, because right after she signs it, she flips it over and she sees Melanie's name and tons of other names written over and over and over again. And the first signature, perfect. And it's like the more and more it goes on, the more distressed the signature gets. It's like they're having a hard time either remembering their name or just remembering how to write or just writing in general.
Mm-hmm.
This group is starting to slowly freak out. The sand clock on the wall also turns upside down and it's now running. And then we see Abe's car has been moved into the storm. So someone's fucking with them. They all take shelter in this house until they can figure out what's going on. They decide to start exploring this house, and these dumb-ass kids decide it's a fantastic idea to go into the basement where the lights don't work. Yeah, exactly. Walking around now with flashlights on their cell phones, they start to find lamps to turn on, and then they realize this isn't a basement, bro. It's a whole-ass house, even complete with full windows, and it looks like this might be the first floor of this house. And it's completely buried underground. I think at one point, Max even says, like, why are there windows in the basement? Like, I get having windows in your basement if you can see outside, but this is fully underground.
Right. Super weird.
Abe hears a noise and he heads off to investigate alone. Another dumb move.
I'm going to like run out of red flags.
Yeah. This is basically guaranteeing that right now he's either A, going to die instantly or die very soon. Nina follows shortly after to make sure he's okay. Nina turns on the light in this back room where all the missing posters are, Justin.
Yep.
And holy shit, our slasher bro from earlier has Abe stuck to the wall with some sort of scythe. And when he pulls it out, Abe is completely cut in half, and he's after Nina now. The group in the basement hears all this commotion, and they decide to let Max go investigate. alone, all by himself. Have these kids never seen any type of scary movie? They're making
Ever.
every
Like,
wrong
any
move in the book
no,
right
this
now.
was just like a series. Like, I couldn't even believe it. Like, it reminded me of 1,000 different horror movies, just all just every single wrong move they did.
So just everything is just. I'm screaming at the TV right now.
Same.
Not literally. I'm doing it in my head, just going like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Right?
Max runs downstairs now, and they're all playing hide and seek with the masked man. Max realizes his hiding spot really isn't that good, so he decides to fight back with a chair. And he has zero chance. He barely even scratches this psychopath before he ends up getting stabbed in and through his eyeball. Vicious kill.
Dude, I'm shocked at this point, not knowing the story or anything about this movie, what's happening. I could not even believe these people were dying all right away. Like I was like, this is amazing. I'm like, this is so unpredictable.
Dude,
I
he is
was,
shredding through them, and we're like 26 minutes in.
I literally could not believe what I was watching.
I'm thinking, like, at this point, because I still don't know this is a video game movie, I'm starting to think maybe Melanie got killed, lured this group in. They're all going to get killed. Maybe like a survivor girl, and someone's going to come looking for that group, and that's going to be our final group.
I did too. I thought 100%. I'm thinking, oh wow, so these aren't the main characters? Like something else is happening here. Like I am blown away right now.
Next, our maniac does hear Megan in the closet, and he yanks her out, throwing her to the ground. When he takes a knee and he's got a fistful of hair, he just begins smashing Megan's face over and over until the ground, until she's nothing but hamburger meat. I'm going to go ahead and float this out there, dude. This might be one of the most brutal kills. Like to just grab the back of her head and smash, smash.
Over and over again. Yeah, it's vicious.
Yeah. Like if you think about it, dude, Max instantly in the eyeball.
Hmm.
Abe cut in half right away.
Yep.
Nina just dead.
Oh yeah. No, this one was
This chick
brutal.
Megan is just getting all the worst of it.
Absolutely brutal.
Clover stabs him mid meat pounding. She does this just to piss off our butcher because he wasn't done tenderizing Megan's face. Clover on the run now. She's trying to escape and trying to survive, but she's frozen in her footsteps though because yet again she thinks she sees her sister out in the distance, and instead Clover gets a scythe to the back, and now she's down for the count. We see the clock run out, and it's like everything has now reset itself. Nina is writing her name in the guest book for a second time. The sand clock is completely turned over and ready to start again. It's wild. Right now, every one of these kids is waking back up in the exact moment the clock flipped over earlier in the movie when Nina first signed the book. So I'm going to blame this whole movie on Nina.
Right?
Don't ever sign a book in a place you don't know.
For real.
Abe discovers their photos are now in this back room on the wall with all the other ones. They're all hung up. They're all missing posters. Nina is starting to freak out hardcore. And Megan says she can feel whatever it is that's going on. She can feel it psychically, and it's getting way stronger. Like
Hmm.
whatever it is currently feeding off them. We hear a door slam in the distance. So the group, Justin, the one whole singular unit goes to investigate like you're supposed to.
Let's go.
Let's talk about learning from your mistakes on the fly. Thankfully, this murder spree does come complete with its own sick version of Groundhog's Day attached to it. Now, I feel like we've seen this before with like a Happy Death Day or
Mhm.
something like that, but I'm loving this spin because I don't know about you, but I absolutely love Happy Death Day.
Oh, no, Happy Death Day is like the greatest thing ever. I love it so much.
And again, dude, I feel so bad for this chick because Megan, she starts to contort her limbs and her eyes now roll to the back of her head before she lets out a very high pitched radio like scream loud enough to blow the light bulbs out. They now find Megan in the back room with the missing posters, and she's fucking levitating with this grudge esque, like looking like eyes on her face. She's also starting to mumble something before at one point she starts pointing at the missing posters, and it's like she's transmitting their voices through her because she starts saying things like what she even points to like one of the little kids on the posters, and
Hmm.
it's mommy, where's my mommy?
Dude, as she's pointing and like saying the voices, like she talks like the voices of the people on the posters. That is amazing. That was so creepy, just
Dude,
pointing to all of them, and she like became that character. So cool.
so cool. Megan finally snaps out of it. Literally, The demon possessing her snaps her neck before she falls to the ground dead. Some more banging on the door, but this time it sounds like it's Melanie's sister begging to get inside. It's not, though, because once Clover caves in and opens this door, no one is there. But we can now see a house like across the way. And when they do go to investigate, Clover gets ripped out of the house by something kind of supernatural. She's dragged to what seems to be like a witch's house, leaving Abe, Max, and Megan to try and devise a plan to help her. Right now, at this point, I thought maybe it was some kind of like slasher time warp type movie, but with the possession, the slamming doors, the sister's voice, being dragged by nothing, I am so here for all these supernatural tie-ins, and I can't wait to see where this goes. Max refuses to listen to reason, and he storms out of this door to go help Clover. Abe is the only dude right now making any kind of sense. He wants to try and leave and go get help with this truck that's running outside.
Mm-hmm.
Nina doesn't think this will work, so she's very hesitant to agree with him. This entire scene right now, Justin, reminds me of that Snickers commercial. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's stupid. Let's go hide behind that wall of sharp objects.
Let's go.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like my favorite commercial all time.
Clover wakes up to see an old lady with an oxygen mask in what appears to be the slasher's house because there are just so many masks around them. Justin, I got a quick question for you.
What do you got?
Who the fuck goes out and gets all these old people these oxygen tanks in these horror movies? I mean, no one in this movie, Texas Chainsaw, House of a Thousand Corpses, none of these people are in any shape to go out in public, let alone for medical supplies.
Right?
Who does this?
I don't know.
I don't think they have a delivery service.
All right, a lot of questions we need answers to.
The old lady gives her a very creepy skinny on what's going on. And then she walks over and she gives Clover the oxygen mask. And this oxygen mask turns her into a demon from the epic music video Beast and the Harlot from Avenged Sevenfold. That is one of my favorite bands of all time. Didn't it? It kind of looked like it when her eyes were like
it did.
Possessed.
All right, the video's badass.
Oh yeah. Abe and Nina get back in the truck now and they decide to drive off into the storm. That is until they see the ghost from the Disney classic, The Iron Giant, in the distance, and they punch it in reverse. Abe gets out of the car, though, just in time to get slaughtered. But Nina stays inside the truck to get killed because apparently she doesn't know what the hell an unlock button is.
It's tough.
I get it if it was like an older car or like it had like manual locks.
Right.
But bro, you were in like a 2016 Jeep Commander.
Mm-hmm.
There's unlock buttons all over this damn truck.
Everywhere.
And I'm pretty sure most of these cars nowadays, if you're in the passenger seat, that stuff opens automatically no matter who locked it. Max investigates the witch's house now to find Clover. We do see that one of the butcher's masks is actually missing. Could this be a little bit of foreshadowing, Justin?
Maybe. We'll see.
Max goes into what might be the most horrifying room I have ever seen in my entire life. The doll room. He ignores all the red flags and even picks up this cursed Juggalo doll while this man punts it across the room and jokes on him because now he gets to meet Malenko and now Max is DEAD dead.
Oh.
Possessed Clover is actually the one who killed him, and now she's strutting her bloodlust ass out the witch's door and across this courtyard, only to be run over by the slasher who miraculously knows how to drive cars like he's Michael Myers. I don't know if he's pissed that Meemaw is dead or the fact that she touched one of his porcelain face protectors. Night 2 is now in the books. Everyone is waking up for night 3, just like they did for night 2. Only this time, they all look to be a little more dead. And it does look like every time they die, another piece of Glore Valley becomes resurrected. First, we get the witch's house, and now it looks like there's a water tower in the distance.
Yep.
They all take the furniture and they block off these doors. They start to barricade themselves in. They even go as far as to barricade themselves in the house and then in a room in the house. And they lock each other inside the bathroom to try and wait this out. This time, though, there's actual running water. I guess that's why we saw the water tower.
Yep.
Abe grabs a glass and he pounds it. Everyone else in the room takes a couple drinks as well. Max drops the movie title, Survive the Night, like, Until Dawn?
Well, Oh, I see what they did there.
Yeah, Abe begins to have a coughing fit though, and they offer him more water, assuming like it's just a dry cough. That is until he fucking explodes. Nina gets a mouthful, and Abe of Abe, just not in a good way. Like it, I,
I,
uh, she's trying to rinse it out though with the water, and then blam, she's also chop suey. Megan gets the worst of everything in this movie, Justin. I know right around now is your turn to take over, but
okay.
I figured I'd finish like this little explosion scene
Okay.
because my heart hurts for Megan. She gets the worst of everything in this fucking movie. I feel so bad for her. Like if you're drinking water and this is the reason why you're blowing up, Nina, instant explosion. Fucking Abe, dude, coughing fit to instant explosion. If this is water inside your system that does it, why does this poor girl's kneecap get the first thing to be blown out? She loses her leg from the knee down. Then she's basically impregnated by this water until her stomach bursts. And guess what, Justin? She's not dead yet. Finally, though, her fucking head explodes to finish the job. Clover begs Max now to kill her as well until he can't, and then he explodes. So Clover just lays down and waits to die until she hears some dude walking in and whistling, and it's the creepy ass clerk dude from the store. Clover blows up right now just in time for Justin to be covered in blood and guts and take over.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this new direction and stuff.
I'm just glad you don't have to take a pee break right now.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna just keep going. We've had enough issues today. I'm just gonna hold it. I just want to make sure we can get through this. But Hourglass is now flipped. They're resetting. It's a new start. See, we have a new day, new goals. Let's go. And they are all, I mean, you can tell, like Sean said, they look more tired, more beat up, like losing part of themselves every single day. But they're starting to learn a little. They are searching now for clues and they're looking through everything. And they even see, like, oh my God, like 20 years ago, there was a mining accident. There was like 1,100 people dead. Like the whole town is pretty much gone. And we see Dr. Hill. He like talked and met with the survivors. And we realized like Dr. Hill is that crazy gas station friggin' dude. And they get a VHS tape. They play the VHS tape. Well, by accident, of course, it's like a porn tape at first. So they have a whole little issue with that. When they do change the tape,
Would it be a horror movie if there wasn't some kind of sexual interaction
and
on your part?
of course, exactly. So, and I was almost not gonna skip over that, but I'm like, Sean will make sure he mentioned that. So after they switch the tapes, we see basically like this doctor guy studying this people, like guys in like barred rooms, and we see that people like the test subjects or the survivors are like freaking out. We see like they almost like turn cannibal, like they're like eating people at this point. I'm like, what is even happening? There's so much random shit thrown in this movie. Then the guy starts morphing, and then they start talking about like they're morphing into Wendigos. Now there's Wendigos in this movie. Like, what is even happening? And we have
I
the
did
whole
leave out when they first get into the witch's house. She's
yeah.
got all these creepy ass old school like fucking drawings, and one of them is even a werewolf.
Yeah, I'm like so confused. Like, there's just so much weird shit going on, and the whole time they're watching these tapes, there's like a voiceover from the doctor, and now you hear like the doctor like kind of like talking, like, and they're like, "Now you're getting." He's like, "Now you're getting it," and we hear him talking to them, and he's like, "One of you have to die for there to be a way out." Clover wants to meet face to face, and they're like, "All right, look, face to face, out in the woods. We're gonna do this." And the whole group is arguing. Like Abe is like, "It's a great idea." Abe is like, "Yes, just go out there, whatever. Like, go, you do it or whatever." And Nina's wicked pissed at Abe now because Nina's pissed at Abe that Abe's just like pushed her and wants Clover to get the hell out there. Like, let's go. And she's like, "All right, look, we got to go find Clover because Clover's out there now trying to meet this dude in the friggin' woods." So now we're out in the woods. Clover is out there and she steps in a bear trap and we just see her get like dragged and pulled. So holy
Bro,
shit, we got
I felt this pain so much because I got weak ass ankles.
yeah, like that's that one that
Ugh.
hurt. And then before we even go, that slasher face dude is back and he goes in the house and he just like goes to kill Nina and Abe. And Nina even yells like him first. and
She's
and
like done with this shit. Like, there's no
dude,
way in hell these guys are still dating after this is all done.
dude, she's so done with it. Literally says kill him first and then whatever. She doesn't even care. She's like, let's just get this over with. Like, who even cares? in the woods now. We see Max and Megan looking for Clover. When I tell you I screamed out loud, I'm not joking. I actually screamed out loud because holy jump scare. The Wendigo is in the damn tree, and the Wendigo like screams, and all of a sudden now there's a damn Wendigo in the movie. Grabs Megan,
The only thing
and like
that
they
would make
fall.
this so much better is a puck wedgie.
Right, as I said, we got everything randomly thrown in this movie. Like, what is this, like cabin in the freaking woods? Um, they fall through like the glass window, which in like you talked about earlier. There's like a glass window on top, and they fall into like the underground room. At this point, we see Max finds Clover, but they bump into her sister, which is like her sister is like now like a Wendigo. So I guess we got like a Wendigo sister, and the Wendigo sister is trying to attack them.
She
But
looks dope as fuck though.
it looks
Like
really creepy,
it's
and
really good.
I do love this kill. They bear trap her face. Like they put the bear trap, they get it off of Clover and bear trap her face and then just run for their life. Max ends up killing Clover. She begs for the killer, and then now it's Max's time to like end it. He goes and finds the Wendigo and basically yells like "F you," like come and get me, like so he can get kills, but he explodes. Of course he did.
I
So he
think
just
these kids are being very smart though,
yeah,
because let's be honest, if you're still trying to figure out the rules as this movie goes on, and you realize that hey, every time I die, I come back.
exactly.
You're obviously going to let these things kill you to like reset the day instead of killing yourself because maybe if you kill yourself, then you don't come back.
Right. And especially
So I
because
do like how that's not an option.
when all of the other people are dead, when there's one of them left, they pretty much just like, all right, let's reset. Like that is smart because they're like, what am I gonna do? So they're like basically reset. So boom, reset. He's dead. New day. Let's make some progress. Progress. And we see a flashback right now of I don't know what it is at first. I'm like, what is happening? It's like we see Clover's sister, Melanie. Melanie is leaving. They're talking to Clover, like they're back at the home and everything, and she tells Clover to come with her. She ends up leaving. And then we see Mel become turned into a Wendigo and crazy jump scare. It was all a dream. That was actually really kind of creepy. And we see Abe now, man. Abe is not he's not feeling so good or looking so good. He's kind of like looking on his back and he's like, guys, like what's going on in my back and everything? And they're like, oh yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's nothing. It's just
yeah,
back me.
it's
Stop doing
nothing.
steroids.
He's literally got like crazy stuff sticking out of his back. He's turning into a Wendigo. He's got that damn Wendigo back. It sucks when you get Wendigo back. And they're
Dustin, have you
like,
ever had one to go back?
I thought I've had it a few times, but it was all scares, luckily, because I Googled my symptoms and it was like when to go back, and I was like, oh my God. But
Yeah.
luckily, it was not.
Do you know when
Uh,
to go forward?
I- they think it's been like 4 or 5 nights, and then Nina says, "Oh no, crap! It's guys, this is like our last chance. Like we thought we're on like night 4 or 5. They're looking at the signatures. There's like 13 signatures there. They're like, this is like the 13th
The
night.
13 is always a bad number.
Yeah, they have no clue how much time went back. And they're like, this could be our last chance. They're looking out the window and they're like, what is even happening? There's like a whole street now. There's all the houses that come back. There's houses everywhere. And they're like, all right, well, we gotta get going. And then all of a sudden, like, crap. Also, where's Megan? What has happened? We're
She's
losing
at the
people.
post office.
Right? And then we realize, like, Abe's like, they're like, hey, you've been recording, right? And he goes to his phone and he's got tons of videos. And this is probably my favorite part of the movie, just because you can't touch on all the different things he saw because it's like they play a bunch of different things. But so basically, they start rewatching his phone, and these all memories they like completely forgot about. This is super creepy because there is so many deaths. We have flashes of them stabbing the Wendigos, being attacked by the Wendigos. There is like so much weirdness going on too. You see the doctor dude like checking them all at one point when they're dead, like the phone's still recording. You have like sirens going on in the background, alarms. There is creepy, like there's a lot going on in these. You can't even explain all the stuff, but just picture tons of creepy shit watching.
It's a very good way to give us 13 full nights
Yeah.
of just murder and mayhem without so much repetition in a repetitive movie.
Exactly. And they're basically like, you know what? We need to stop running. Like, we got to go after. We got to run towards something. We just can't keep retreating. So let's go. Clover
It's how
has
Justin lives his life.
for real.
Never
I was just gonna say
retreat.
that. This is the mindset right here. Clover's like, she's had it, man. She grabs like the friggin' pickaxe, a flashlight. She's like, we are going into that damn mining tunnel. Let's go. Right away, we got Wendigo jump scares. Holy hell, damn it. If I yell one more stupid time at these Wendigos popping out everywhere. Like I screamed it like 3 times in this stupid movie.
Was it like
Anyway,
a high pitched scream, or were you trying to be manly and tough it out? Like, ah.
it started manly and then it went high pitched because it was like a longer than I expected scream. I was like, did that just come out
So
of
like
me?
the more oxygen you ran out of, the higher it got.
Yes, because I just like kept going and
It's
like I
like
almost
letting the air out of a balloon.
yeah, dude, and then like my window almost shattered. It was like insane. I didn't even know I had that kind of power, but here we are. Like they attacked us, they have one to go, and then they're chased by it. So we're getting like they are running for their life. They slam down a trapdoor. Thank God. Where are they now? They're in like one of those the house that we saw earlier that they like fell through. They're like in a house. They're like looking around. Of course, friggin' slasher mask dude is in there and not good. We see that he's like breaking the glass with his axe up top. He falls through the damn room. Clover runs away. They're like basically like Clover, you go, we'll stay here and like try to battle this everything. We see Melanie, but she is Melanie the monster now. And Wendigo, whatever you want to call it, she attacks Clover. We see Clover runs and like spears her, and she lands on a spike and kills Mel. Like this is just a lot of emotions going on. Meanwhile, upstairs, they're all fighting that slasher dude. Like the three of them left, and they actually grab like a sledgehammer, and the three of them have to pick this friggin' thing up because it's so heavy.
Just goes to
And
show how strong he is.
yeah, he's swinging this thing like he's Thor. Like he's
I
like
was
the only one
I
can do it.
literally was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
this is like Thor's hammer. Like he picked it up, no problem. Like these three people had to pick the sledgehammer up and crush his face. So badass, so disgusting and gross. We see, man, this clock is ticking. They got to keep going. We see Clover walking through this. This is creepy as fuck. We got lights blinking, flashing stuff. We got random Wendigos running around. She finds the doctor's room, and we see there's like a patient report card. Actually, like a report, her report, and there's like a camera room, so like this guy's watching all the different places. And the doctor walks in and he's like, huh. He's like, you're the very unique. You're the engine that makes this whole entire thing run. He's talking crazy psychobabble about a bunch of random shit. He's like, your friends are about to die again. He's just saying how she's special, she's so unique. At this point, we got crazy chase scene too, because their friends are running for their life right now. And we see Megan. She's actually like trapped in a room with like a Wendigo chained, trying to like, and she's trapped
Bro,
too. The
it is
Wendigo,
intense.
dude, the Wendigo is like jolting after her, and every single time he goes after, like he almost pulls out the socket for like the wall, like he's like nailed to the wall. He's almost out. So she is almost free, and the doctor's basically like, "Look, someone has to die." The doctor is like drinking his coffee cup and talking to Clover. He's like, "Someone's got to die here," and she says, "You know what? This time it's you." And kind of looks at his coffee cup, and he looks at his coffee cup too, real fast. She pushes him, and he explodes.
Love it.
Let's
Love it.
go! I
Let's
thought that was
go.
so badass too. She grabs his keys. She runs and jumps in that room where Megan is like almost getting taken by the Wendigo, and she just frees Megan in time. Holy shit. They shut the door. They're running for their life now. The whole group is running. We see the time is ticking, and every like tons of freaks, Wendigos. I don't even know what you call these things. Everyone is chasing them. And we see like they reach through the dirt, and the other friends who are already upstairs, they pull her up. Let's go. We see the time is up, and we hear sounds, and all of a sudden, like, what's going on? And now, guess what? Until dawn, it is dawn, and we hear like the rain all of a sudden just stops.
Yeah, everything stops.
It's like all silent all of a sudden, like everything stops. We see Abe pulls up, he honks. This dude's already in the Jeep. He is like, let's get
Let's
the hell
go.
out.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. We see they drive away. Let's go. Just about over. Last second, we do see a clip of the camera room, and we see like a point of view, and it basically just like shows outside too. We show now, like you can see some time's gone by. It looks like it's winter now, and we see a different car pulls up, and we hear some whistling, and then boom, the end. Movie is over. Let's go.
Dude, I absolutely love this movie. The rewatchability, I feel like it's not going to be the best because there is so much repetition, but it
Correct.
is a wild and fun ride. It, like I said when I was doing my recaps, it gives off like a very Groundhog Day feeling where the whole day just starts over again from certain points and you can start to pick up on mistakes and adjust
Yep.
what you're doing throughout the movie. The kills absolutely insane. I love the fact that they go from a slasher to a witch to a Wendigo to James and the Giant Peach out in the woods. The whole like weather anomaly surrounding this place, I thought was a pretty cool idea. It's just, I'm gonna give this movie a flat 7 because
Okay.
I think it is definitely worth a watch, but I'm scared how rewatchable it is. Typically, when I watch these movies, Justin, and we go into it, I watch it and then
Yeah.
I immediately rewatch it and do my notes.
Okay.
This one, I did watch it and then I spaced it out for a while. And then on the rewatch to do my notes, I wasn't as entertained as I was the first time I watched this. So it did kind
Yeah.
of lose some of its luster.
Yeah. So I wrote, meh, this movie's fine. It kind of felt like a video game horror. I will say the first half, dude, I was loving it. Like your part, I thought it was so cool. I love the build up, the weather around the house, them finding the house was so awesome. Even like them dying. But I also wrote, what the hell is happening in this movie? Like, what did I just like? You got random doctors studying these patients. You have Wendigos. Like, why was there a witch? You have a mining accident. There was too much lore packed in this with no explaining. It sounded super random as fuck. Like, the people are exploding now. I got angry at this movie as it went on. Like the first half, I was loving it. It is no, it is definitely
Dude,
worth
the
a
first
watch.
half was like a
And
10. It was not a
yes,
10,
dude. Oh
but it
yeah,
was just, it was so good and it roped me in. And like I said, the reason
same.
why I wanted to go longer on my part is because, like, yes, you do feel for the characters, bro, but I got fully attached to Megan. And she's not
Yeah.
even that big of a part in this movie.
Yes. All right. So I'll tell my ranking right away. So I gave this a 6, and I never want to rewatch this ever again, ever. But I will say it is worth watching. Like I'm not saying it just felt like a video game movie because the first half of the movie there was so much lore. I loved it. I couldn't wait to dig into this mystery and figure out what was happening. But I felt like they maybe it's because it's a video game. I felt like they threw so much different shit in because it's almost like in the Fear Streets. You when you hear like oh there's a witch, there's this happening, you go into the lore and you uncover all the stuff. I still feel like I
Well,
have a
I mean,
thousand
they did
questions.
give 3 movies for that.
Right. But I feel like they did too much. Like was this should have just been a Wendigo movie or a witch movie or a mining like a haunted like house or I don't know. There was just too much in it. I ended up not loving it. 6, still worth a watch. It wasn't like the worst thing ever. It was a video game movie.
Dude,
Like,
I
you know?
almost feel like because when I was digging through fun facts, there was a lot of fun facts that I don't have written down
Hmm.
because there is so much lore with the video game. And one of the fun facts that I didn't write down that I kind of wish I had was that the director said he didn't want to make it completely the same as the video game. So he changed a lot of things because he was like, if I make it a complete like movie rendition of the video game, he's like, that's like a 10-hour movie.
Yeah, like so
So
basically that yeah, that was one of my fun facts. He wrote basically he said this is in a he made it a original story set in the video game universe. So it wasn't like people who probably play I can't speak. I've never played Until Dawn. But he says it's different. Like he put it in Until Dawn's universe, but he basically made it an original story and just put it into the video game's universe. So
see, when you compare this to like Fear Street, this got my mind working because this came out on Netflix. So
mhm.
Netflix has the time and the money to make another trilogy, kind of like Fear Street. And bro, I would have been so here for watching these kids' journey. Granted, the first movie would have been a little slow, but the
Mhm.
first set when they get killed and come back and you see the clock turn, make
Yeah,
that the end of the movie. Make that
right.
part one so you can ingest the lore and fully understand what's going on with a little more instead of like such quick kills like
Yeah, because all of a sudden, like, dude, there's like a witch. And then later on, I'm like, wait, why was there a witch? And then all of a sudden, like, I love like cool stories of like, oh, mining accident, like they all died. But then it's like, wait, why like did they turn to Wendigos? Like there was just a lot of shit thrown in here, and I just felt like it was too random, like very meh.
or even like we get the first 2 nights as the first movie
Yeah,
and then them trying to survive and like cope with everything and you can get the second movie and make that a smaller movie and then give me the third movie of like the final 2 nights.
yeah,
But all right, so this is lower than both of our rankings. This is a 5.7 on IMDb.
yeah. That's solid. I probably like. I feel like I was. It was generous. Like I'm not even gonna lie. The more I talk about it, the more random and dumb I think it gets.
I am
I feel
getting
like
more frustrated the more we talk about it, and I feel
I
like I was overzealous with my 7.
yeah,
But that
seven feels
7 was
strong.
based off the very first time I watched this,
No, I got you.
and I was like, "This is sick." And then the rewatch, I was like, "This maybe,
Yeah, it
like a
made no
little too
sense.
much."
But all right. So my next fun fact is, well, we got a tagline of "Every night holds a clue. Every death brings you closer to the truth."
That's actually kind of a sick tagline,
It is, but
especially for what this movie is.
I still feel like we didn't get a great payoff of the truth. But whatever. We already said that, so I'll be nice.
This film was actually released on the 10th anniversary of Until Dawn, the video game, which came out in 2015.
Let's go. That was actually my next fun fact. You sold that one. So I will say there was a budget of 15 million and it did crush it, making 53.6. So good for them.
Oh, yeah. Clover and her friend stop at a convenience store named Hartley's. This name refers to Chris Hartley, Josh's friend, and one of the 8 playable characters in the video game.
All right. I got David Sandberg is the director, and he also directed Annabelle Creations and Lights Out. And not to go on a thing, but have you seen Lights Out?
Lights Out is good.
Because that movie stuck with me. I like overall, I gotta feel like that's a man movie too. But the creepiness of when they turned the lights on and seeing that girl, like that movie, like was really, really freaked me out. But back to this
That
movie.
movie is one of those like more psychological, like
Yeah,
mind fucks than anything. Like it's scary as shit that like something like that could happen, but just watching it just gave me the creeps. Like sent
same.
shivers up my spine.
It stayed with me. Like I don't even think that movie's like an 8 out of 10 or anything, but it definitely lasted. Like I can't stop thinking about that. Like when I would turn off the lights after watching that movie freaked me out, man.
The shot of Clover coming out of the grave, arm outstretched to the sky with a cross behind her, is reminiscent of the poster for the original Evil Dead 1981.
Let's go. I'm gonna let you just finish up because both fun. I only wrote like 6 fun facts, but you covered like 3 of mine that I wrote down.
I was
So
gonna
I
say
got
I tried
not
to keep it very small and like punchline-ish because
same.
there is a lot of fun facts that are paragraphs long.
I didn't write any of that down. So I wrote just the short ones down, and you took like 3 of mine. So you can just close this out.
All right, so the last shot of the movie is the interior slash exterior of a ski lodge. This is the location where Until Dawn actually takes place. When Clover is talking to Dr. Hill over the radio, this is a goof up, Justin. She
Okay.
doesn't actually release the button, which means she's still transmitting and unable to hear him the whole time.
Let's go.
But that is all I have.
Hell yeah.
So let's wrap this up with a hack stab slash next week. We're going to release a pre recorded video that we recorded a while ago, and that's Final Destination. And shortly after that, man, we're going to dive in and we're going to do Final Destination Bloodlines. And I am beyond excited to watch this movie. It has hurt my soul to skip over it every time I see it on streaming.
Right.
Hell yeah. Until then, I'm Hacky.
Just Justin. Peace.
Later.